Jerry with us now on NASCAR Race Hub, and you were telling me earlier you continue to follow the sport religiously. So what was your reaction when you heard the news about Dale Jr. late last week?
We'll just have to see what happens.
Jerry in commercial said he's upset Rick Hendrick didn't call him to fill in for Dale Jr. if need be. Alex did a great job, though, and glad to have you here, Jerry. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Let's go back 13 years ago and the hit that ended your career. I know you don't like walking through the video again, but the symptoms that you were experiencing and the decision ultimately that you had to weigh as to whether or not...
Your brain does wonders, but obviously you can only damage it so many times.
Alex is a young race car driver. Jerry had a long career. Dale Jr.'s had a very long career. So early in your experience and your age, how often does this cross your mind, and how difficult would that decision be for someone like you?
Well, obviously, as a race car driver in my position, I try to...
Like Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s feeling that he can step out of that race car and he can still come back and win a championship. When you were driving, if you missed a race, you could forget the championship pretty much for that year. And it is good that NASCAR's doing this, isn't it?
It is, for sure. I think it's brought...
Sensitive subject for everyone. When we start talking about head injuries in sports, Jerry, we appreciate you being here, sharing your story with us, all right?
Those guys have in common, well, going back to 1994, when NASCAR first raced at Indy, there have been 13 different winners. Only these four proud gentlemen can claim they've won multiple times on the hallowed ground. And the common denominator amongst these four, if you notice, all are Sprint Cup Series champions, and all four are in the top 5 in terms of laps led at Indy. The most recent Brickyard winner, Kyle Busch, used his Indianapolis victory as a springboard to his own title. So the question is, will Kyle join that elite group and claim more than one Brickyard win? Let's crunch the numbers. 2 drivers, Andy Petrie, more than capable. The question now is, can they close? I didn't mention this, but at the top of the show, Andy Petrie winning at the Brickyard in 1995 with Dale Earnhardt Sr. They started kissing the bricks a year later, so Andy, the only crew chief who hasn't done it. The question, can one of these two guys kiss him Sunday for the first time for Roger?
Well, if something weird happens to Jeff and he doesn't win, maybe they can.
Oh, yeah, because you're picking Jeff, that's right.
We're comparing these two guys. I mean, you look at their numbers, they're momentum is in Penske in general, but I really believe that Joey Logano is the one that's going to be the hungriest one when it comes down to the end.
We will find out on Sunday. Roger Penske has won the Indianapolis 500 an incredible 16 times. How about rival owner Chip Ganassi? He has 4 Indy 500 wins. Chip, though, can boast a Brickyard victory. Jamie McMurray broke through for his boss in 2010. Now he's looking to repeat and lock himself into the chase. Danielle Trotta with driver David Reagan talking this guy now. Tony Stewart returning home to Indianapolis this weekend, riding one of the best stretches in performance he's had in years. 4 top 10s in the last 5 races, including the big win at Sonoma. Tell us what we want to hear, David. Does this guy have it in him to win one more time at Indy?